I'm Leanne Crichton and I'm the assistant coach at Motherwell Women. Growing up in the west coast of Scotland, I think if you didn't play football back in the 90s, people ask questions as to why. The fondest memories I've got are primary school. I remember playing football as a kid, like preschool, and as I say, like family was a big thing, just constantly watching football on TV. But the most significant time would have been primary school, almost like P6, P7. I had a good friendship group, and a lot of the boys that we played locally used to hang about after school, and you could get into the school team from primary 6. So I remember getting a knockback in primary 6, which was devastating. But you would play every day in the playground, out in the street, constant competitions, and I finally made the team in primary 7, which was like literally the best feeling in the world. I was always adamant that when I finished football I wanted to have another option away from the game. So even when I went to Notts County, I was down there in 2015 for a couple of years, and while I was away I started a degree at the Open Uni, a health and social care degree. It was something that I had a passion for, and I felt when I retired for football I would be a long time working, and there's no guarantee that one, you get to leave football under your terms and conditions, or you leave it in a place that you're happy and you want to remain within it. So that kind of kick-started almost that education later on in life. Then when I came back up to Scotland, media opportunities came as well, and the health and social care degree then kind of went on the back burner and other things took over. But for me, I did my B licence back in 2017 with a cohort of the national team players, which was a brilliant opportunity. It was a bespoke female course, so that got the ball rolling. And then once you gain the B licence and you start to see things, also when you mature in the game, your opinion changes of other people, where you look at it and probably think, I would maybe do things differently if that was me. This is how I would like it to look. And I'm obsessed with the game. I always have been, whether I'm coaching or speaking about football or playing football. It's in my blood, it's in my DNA, and that will never change. Even going back to volunteer coaches that I've worked with now, when you're in the job that we're in and what we do and everything that comes with it, you've got a total appreciation for what those people gave, and that they get absolutely nothing in return other than the enjoyment and working alongside players and looking to try and develop them. So for me, there's been so many, but probably my time at Glasgow City, the first time round when I worked under Eddie Willecki Black, was my first proper experience of a qualified coach and somebody that could change you as a player.
Crichton is a role model for all of us. She is a really good coach. I think it probably comes from her experience and where she's played and stuff as well. So yeah, I think she's vital to the club.
I think she probably knows, just when she speaks, everybody just watches her and takes everything she's saying, which she's very highly respected. Yeah. Even her obviously playing for Scotland, playing for Glasgow City, playing against her, and now having her as a coach. Also a centre mid as well, so she's been giving me wee hints and tips, clips to watch back, and hopefully I can continue to have a good career and people can look up to me and try and follow in my footsteps in a way as well.
For us, professionalism is not about money, which we understand that across the league just now the budgets for each team is very different, but for us professionalism is about mindset and attitude and application, and that's the one thing that we've really tried to drive home, whether that's been training, facilities, standards, kit, contact time with players, changing that mindset, getting the players into training at 7 in the morning before they go to work, getting them back in at night. The team and the way that the team's grown, and for me it is about standards and having that buy-in from the players, and quite literally every session they turn up and they give us everything that they've got, and that as a coach is a reward, because I know how it feels at times as a player where you maybe look at the coach and you think, why are we doing this and why are we doing that, and this is so unreasonable, because you can feel like that as a player and it's totally understandable. But the demands that we've put on the group of players, they've given us that back, and they meet those demands and they raise the standards every single time. To be fair, the media is as significant as my coaching job just now, and that's the reality, because it takes up an awful lot of my time. And I also studied a broadcasting and journalism degree, which I graduated last year. I genuinely love it. I'm obsessed with football, so it doesn't matter what I'm doing, whether I'm playing it, coaching it, speaking about it, whether it's co-commentary, punditry. It's incredible, you know, and it's a real buzz. And I think being a pundit and being on TV, and it almost gives you that opportunity. You get to share a piece of you. And I think that for any young listener or viewer, young footballer that sees you, I would never, if I was 10 years old, have been able to see a woman on TV speaking about football. For me, if you want to invest in something or you want to follow something, you need to be able to emotionally invest in it. You need to understand the people that are part of that journey, where they've came from, what's their story.
I'm a teacher. Yeah, it's good. The kids are quite funny. They'll say like a teacher during the day and a footballer at night type thing. So yeah, I love my job as a teacher. I've definitely tried to take things that I've learned in the class into football, but also things that I've learned at football I probably can take into class a bit more too. For me, it's a perfect match.
I hope for other young people that they now see so many females on TV and that they can relate to them and that they can follow our journey and our story and feel that that can be theirs too. The investment's been incredible, I think, for the women's game, where it's taken it. And ScottishPower has been one of the biggest. So I think when people see that and you see the marketing boards and you feel part of something when you see it on TV, even interviews and whatnot after the game, I'm one of those people at home that I watch interviews and I look at the backdrop and I look at the sponsors and who's part of things. And it almost validates that there's a real investment and it's something that you want to be part of.
I think that's what women's football has been craving for years and years in Scotland, and I think it's definitely starting to get some of the recognition and some of the publicity that it deserves. I would love for the league to go full time. I think it's a wee bit late for me just now. I like my job anyway, to be fair. But I think you have to hope that the league will go full time and it will continue to develop players, and we'll obviously see that link then with the national team, and we will see the standard in the league continue to rise even more if clubs can attract a certain calibre of player, can put money into their academies. It's important how the league is now, but it's so important how the league is in the future as well, and I think that investment in the younger generation will definitely help.